GIFs have a bunch of capabilities and a bunch of limitations that you know one when you see it. And it's a powerful way to deliver a little amount of content. I'll get to a point where it's starting to look really good, and then I'll just stare at it and I'll just watch it. That's when I know that I'm on the right track.
That's what these do. They show you one very small, beautiful thing about life.
The animated GIF is a file format originally designed to allow for short animated loops to be sent and accessed and viewed over the internet. These short moving images, I think, gain a lot of their meaning from repetition, and also that their simplicity and their brevity forces the creators to compress, in many cases, a lot of ideas into a very, very short piece of motion.
It's so basic that I think the limitations are great. And the creativity came through the limitations. And I've always found that to be true.
You know, every time a new type of photography comes out, it allowed that generation of photographers to re-communicate something that we've already seen. How many times have there been beautiful collections on the streets of Paris? And I feel like we now have that privilege of communicating in this day and age with this new type of photography and show people something that they've already seen hundreds and hundreds of times in a new way.
There's a resurgence of interest in them, perhaps partially because of the popularity of various social networks and this explosion of creativity that has occurred over the internet, where people don't just consume media, they create media. On one extreme, you have tremendously goofy and silly things, oftentimes they explode as memes, that are beyond comprehension, except for the fact you're seeing them before your eyes. Body of a Pop-Tart, head of a cat. There's something invigorating about this willful ignorance, in a way, of meaning and absurdist humor. On the other end, you have very beautiful, rarefied, artistically composed, slightly moving, slightly still images.
You don't really get to see moments last forever. I think that's what it is. You know, a photograph does that to an extent, you know, but this is something you can see deeper.
The technology defines how our visual history is going to look.
It's a file format that you never really lent much importance to. It was just kind of there to shoot on a cinema camera, trying to be on the cutting edge of technology, and then reducing it down to this little tiny thing. It's really funny. It's a fun transition.